In this morning's New Zealand Herald headlines, rugby clubs battle to renew its liquor licence, Auckland to test new trackless trams, and protests erupt in France as new PM decision remains in limbo. Ngā Maria, I'm Shuri Kinnear. It's Tuesday, the 9th of July. A Wellington rugby club's aiming to renew its liquor licence after a man who'd been drinking there was charged in relation to a fatal hit and run. Questions have come up at a district licensing committee hearing over why Johnsonville Rugby Club staff did not recognise how intoxicated the man was. Jason Tuitama has been jailed after hitting two women with a vehicle and killing one in June last year. The application was opposed by the Chief Licensing Inspector and a second hearing set down for August. Disappointment at the consequences for a gynaecologist who left a woman with life-changing complications by using surgical mesh. She'd given specific instructions she didn't want it used. The Deputy Health and Disability Commissioner found the specialist didn't detail a procedure before it was performed, meaning she couldn't give informed consent. The mesh was also placed incorrectly and his documentation wasn't up to standard. He's apologised and had been recommended to undertake further training. Trackless trams will be trialled in Auckland before the end of the year. The technology, created by a Chinese rail company, uses magnetic nails driven into existing roads instead of overhead lines or tracks. The system would be about a third of the cost of surface light rail and can be built in weeks. The company is so excited about the opportunity, it'll ship a unit over at its own expense. The trial is likely to take place in October or November. Green co-leader Chloe Swarbrick says a report into the conduct of Tana made it obvious she shouldn't remain in Parliament. She's been asked to resign following an investigation into alleged migrant exploitation at her husband's business.
It is our view that the final report from this investigation sets out multiple ways that Tana's conduct has fallen far short of the expectations that myself and Marama have as Green co-leaders and of the values of the Green Party.
Tana was first suspended in March, but she's digging in her heels, saying she doesn't accept the report's findings and doesn't feel natural justice has been followed. Tana claims the report misrepresents her level of involvement, and she says she's taking time to consider things before making further comment. And in world news, celebrations and protests in France after its surprising election result, with the decision of who will be the next Prime Minister in limbo. The newly formed left-wing alliance has won the most seats, but not enough to form a majority. President Emmanuel Macron has asked his Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, to stay in his post for now. It's understood the hung parliament could drag on for weeks and even months. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more news worth knowing, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for watching this New Zealand Herald Focus video. To stay up to date, click the subscribe button below or check out some of our other videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more news worth knowing.